When you stop fearing death, then you can start to actually live. You can start to actually live your life like never before. Hello, divine souls, and welcome to Mystic Temple Spirituality for a New Age. I'm Monica Bay, also known as the Divine Mother, and I am here to bring you truth. All right, so first off, before we get started with today's Divinity session, which is Divinity session number 24, I can't believe it's just like the time is just passing, but not passing because it's kind of short, but it's long. Anyway, so let's talk about for a second I want to remind you guys about the prophecy that I received in September 23rd, 2023, which I shared in Divinity session number 7. I'm not going to get into the whole entire prophecy again, but again, I want to remind you all about that prophecy. Go back if you didn't catch it, and if you don't remember what it was, go back to Divinity session number 7 because I explain it fully. And also in the Facebook group, I went into even more detail in one of the live open circles. So you can go back into the Facebook group and see that message because I went into even more detail, giving even more of the prophecy in that. So anyway, I wanted to remind you guys why, because of the time that we're in right now. And there are a lot of things going on right now as we speak that are stepping stones to that prophecy and to this new world being ushered in. So go back, you'll understand what I'm talking about and you'll relate it and see that. So I just want to remind you all of that. Also, in the Facebook group, there just this past weekend, we had our most recent open circle in which I went through a whole entire routine for you guys to manifest abundance through spiritual alignment. And I dropped a whole lot of gems in that in that live. So make sure you go back to the Facebook group. If you missed that live, go into the Facebook group, the most recent open circle live, and you will get all those gems that I dropped there. And you will see everyone that participated really felt everything happening and really saw a lot of things, and it was just amazing. And with all of that being said, we're going to jump right into the passage for today, which was received in January of 2018, and it is as follows. Come to me when the world is over. You will see how much we've grown into each other. Okay, now what they're talking about here, when they say come to me when the world is over, when this world is over specifically, they say come to me when this world is over. They're not talking about the world actually ending and all of that. They're talking about this world. Remember, in previous divinity sessions, we talked about the illusionary world that we're in right now versus the true world, which is the world that exists outside of this, where we are all divine and and in oneness, right? So what they're talking about, come to me when this world is over, because I think the word this is very important to understand in this passage. They're referring to after we leave this world. So they're referring to after death. They're saying, come to me when this world is over. So remember, this is the cosmic collective consciousness speaking. So come to me when this world is over after death. And then the second sentence is, you will see how much we've grown into each other. They're talking about emerging. They're talking about emerging with us back into the divine, back into our divine essence, back with the cosmic collective consciousness. And I also think that it's important that they say we've grown into each other. So this really denotes the fact that it's not just us that is growing here. You know that we are here in this human experience, in these human bodies for a reason, for one, to experience the human experience, but also to evolve and grow spiritually and for our soul's evolution. So when we merge back with the cosmic collective consciousness, when we merge back with the divine, this is coming back into union. But the growth part is, as we are here in this human experience, we are growing, we are evolving, but so is the cosmic collective consciousness. Why? Because we bring all of that energy back. And we've talked a little bit about this. This is just kind of bringing an extra piece to the puzzle to really fill it in of what the book of Rashida has been teaching us thus far about who we are, about where we come from, about reincarnation. We talked about a few divinity sessions ago. And this really explains to you and confirms that there is no end. This is emerging. This is a continuation beyond death, when this world is over for us individually. Okay, because this world will continue. And it's interesting that I mentioned the prophecy earlier, because also, the prophecy clearly stated that a new world will emerge. So there is no such thing as an end of the world, which I did explain in Divinity session number 7. The world as we know it will end. However, a new world will emerge, and thus the world continues. So again, this is really, really talking about life after death. And the truth about death is that there is no death. The truth about death is that we are eternal. It's really talking about our eternal souls, our eternal being. But what's also clear to me, you know how the book of Rashida, all these passages have multiple meanings, and they're layered and layered. So this one is no different. It is also layered with meaning. So when they're talking about after death, but they're also talking about um, after this world, when we're ushering in this new world, come to me when this world is over. So they're really talking about two things here. But in this, because we've talked a lot about the new world and merging with that, so I'm just going to bring that up a little bit. But I really want to dive into the after death aspect today, because this is something that a lot of people, it is inherent to human beings to fear death. Why? Because we don't remember who we are, and we forget why we came here. We forget our power and all of that. And we're stuck in this illusionary plane. And again, the goal is to transcend that illusion and be able to see the truth. And because we don't see the truth, because the majority of people don't see the truth, they fear death because it is the fear of the unknown. This is really giving you that assurance. This is giving you that assurance that after this world is over, after we transcend this world, and again, two meanings: after we transcend this world, meaning after death, after we leave these bodies and become our divine selves again, we merge back with the divine. And then secondarily, also, when this world is over, when this world is destroyed and a new world emerges, the better world, the world in which we are able to actually access our divinity more easily and acknowledge those things, because we have raised that vibration and we have collectively created this new world, right? Once that happens, we also merge more with the divine, and we have both grown together, because we are all one. So again, this is also bringing back the theme of oneness, but in the concept of death as well. And you guys know that I'm a hypnotist, and among many other things, and I have done a lot of past life regressions, and I really, really understand the soul's journey through one, my own spiritual gifts and ability to actually communicate with souls directly. That is a rare ability that I have. That I can have a conversation with your soul just like I'm having a conversation with you. It is that clear and that concise, and really, really clear communication. So being able to communicate with souls, being able to do interdimensional traveling, being able to be a hypnotist, and seeing other people's souls progress, right? And being able to hear the accounts from the soul itself, uh, do it during past life regressions and soul regressions, really talking to the soul and understanding what it has been through, and all of those things. It really shows that this is all true. We merge with the divine. And not only does this allow you to have more reassurance about life after death, but it also allows you to have more reassurance about your loved ones that have passed. Understand that they have merged back with the divine. And what we talked about before with the reincarnation, a piece of the force, which we are a piece of the force. Okay, the force being all that is. Okay, we are a piece of that force. When we go back to that force, we merge back with it. Imagine 2 glasses of water. And I think I gave this example before. You pour this water, imagine I have glasses here, using your imagination here. You pour this glass of water, which is more full, into this glass of water that is more empty, and you pour it in, right? And what happens to the water that was already in this glass? It has merged with the other water, and now it has become one. There is no way to differentiate at that point between what was in this glass versus what is now in this glass, because it is all one. And that is what happens with our soul as we leave this plane, as we leave this illusionary world. One, we come into remembrance of who we are. Two, we merge back with the cosmic collective consciousness. And three, we are in the most beautiful energy ever, and we are the most powerful ever, because we are back to who we actually are to begin with, which is divine. We are divinity itself. But now I want to go back to the secondary meaning of this message, which also talks about after this world. After this world that we currently are living in is destroyed and a new one begins to emerge, come to me when this world is over. This is an invitation to merge within our lifetimes, to merge with the cosmic collective consciousness, to merge with the divine. And again, this is why they've given us the pathways to divine consciousness and fulfillment, because as we reach those levels, we will begin to merge. It says you will see how much we have grown into one another. This is why they've given us that program, because we are merging into one another. They are also coming closer to us as we are coming closer to them. And again, them being the cosmic collective consciousness, them being the vast body of energy that is divine. As we elevate, we start to become more of ourselves, which is divine. And the reality is there is no separation. We are still a part of that divine, and that divine flows through us, which the book of Rashida really has been talking about a lot, about that light that flows through us. So we are always connected. We are always connected, but our connection is merging. Our connection is getting stronger and stronger as we go through this world, as we go through this life. So again, in that context, the book of Rashida here and the cosmic collective consciousness is urging you and encouraging you to continue on your spiritual path, to continue to elevate to higher levels, to merge, to begin that merging process. That merging process begins now. It's a long process, but it begins now. And this way, we are able to actually experience that here. Okay, we are able to experience that here, and this is why they're talking about that duality of raising ourselves spiritually, but also raising ourselves in our physical everyday lives as well, which is exactly why I did the open circle regarding abundance through spiritual alignment. Because once you understand these things, they don't negate each other. They don't negate each other at all. And you're able to actually merge both and be with both. So after we leave this world and move into the next world, we have this opportunity, this amazing opportunity that we are being invited to right now, to really begin to merge now, so that at the end we can actually be fully merged. And again, we are, everything that we do here is a collective effort of creation. We're bringing in and ushering in this new world. So why are they bringing this up right now in the book of Rashida? Well, it is to make sure that all the anxiety that you have about the unknown, all the fear that really is instilled within us about the unknown, and especially about death, you can start to dissipate that. Okay, I want you guys to understand something. When you stop fearing death, then you can start to actually live. You can start to actually live your life like never before, because the fear of death actually keeps us suppressed, because we're afraid of this, and especially the fear of the after death, right? Not knowing what happens after we leave this world. Not knowing what happens after we leave this world allows us to really fear it even more. And then all the religions out there make you fear it even more, because they tell you this is going to happen after that, which most of that is incorrect, right? Because now we know, and we have known, that we merge back. There is reincarnation. We have these things, and we are in this life for a period of time, right? For a period of time to experience this experience. So make sure that you are experiencing your human experience. Make sure that you are taking risks when you want to take risks. There's nothing to be afraid of. And take calculated risks, okay? Make sure you use this and use this, okay? But when we start to actually really put away that fear of death, then we can start to actually live. We can start to actually express ourselves fully. We can start to actually see the bigger picture and not be so afraid of everything in our life. So one of the messages here is to live. That is one of the messages here. Live. Live your life. Do what it is you came here to do. Do what it is you want to do. Okay? Live your life. And again, this is why Mystic Temple and the Book of Rashida, the Cosmic Collective Consciousness, me, is all about freedom. This is about you being free. This is about freeing you so that you can have the liberation, so that you can go ahead and live your life, so that you can go ahead and be prosperous and be happy while also spiritually elevating. Because this is the truth of what the opportunity that we have and the potential that we have in this world. Live your life. And it's through this perspective that allows you to fully break the chains that the society has placed on you, that you have placed on yourself, that others have placed on you, and stop taking, so I'm going to say this very carefully, okay? Stop taking life so seriously. I'm going to say, and I'm saying it carefully because let me explain, because people hear things and they take it and run with it. So I want you to understand when I say stop taking life so seriously, I'm referring to stop paying attention to all the things that don't matter. Stop thinking everything has such power over you. Everything has such power in your life, and it doesn't. Now, there are certain things in life that you need to take seriously, such as your spiritual path and your spiritual growth, and such as your actual enjoyment and happiness in life. Those are things you need to take seriously. Other things are really not that important. And that's why I say don't take life so seriously, because underneath that taking life so seriously is this cringe, is this anxiety about life. And some of you are even afraid of life itself because you're afraid of any possibility of anything that could possibly happen. Again, going back to how to release yourself of these kinds of fears. Fear is rooted in a lack of self-trust. So trusting yourself, knowing that first of all, having the perspective, knowing that this world is a game, knowing that yes, there are serious things and we are moving forward and all of those things. We do get another try, okay? We get multiple other tries, okay? That doesn't mean this isn't serious, and that doesn't mean that we don't need to do this, but there doesn't need to be such an anxiety around your life, okay? There doesn't need to be that much anxiety. Ridding yourself of that brings you into freedom, brings you into self-expression, brings you into being able to do what it is you came here to do freely, unapologetically. This is what you know, what you, many of you, some of you may not know, but many of you know, or at least have a very deep feeling of what you're here to do, what you are here for, what your purpose is, or at least you are feeling drawn towards something. If you are feeling drawn towards something, and it's, especially if it's coming from here, okay, meaning inside, coming from your higher self, coming from your soul, and you feel it very, very deeply, you need to move in that direction. It doesn't matter what the circumstances look like. It doesn't matter who says you can't do it, because you can. Okay? It doesn't matter what anything looks like. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make full sense. You need to move in that direction. You need to start taking the steps towards that direction and stop fearing everything. Take risks. Without risk, there are no rewards. Without change, there is no growth. So remember all of that. Live your life. So, what I want you to walk away with is the reality, okay, that we are here to live this life. We are here to enjoy this life. We are also here to spiritually elevate. I want to challenge all of you to get deeper into your spirituality. Go to mystictemple.org and actually read through the book of Rashida. Every passage that we've released so far in 24 passages, they're all on Mystic Temple's website. So if you go and just read through there and allow that energy, allow that knowledge to really, really seep into you, and then start applying that to your life. And you can watch the divinity sessions over again, whatever it is. Start studying this information that is being given right now, that I'm giving you guys, and that the cosmic collective consciousness has given you guys. Start actually studying it and make sure that you're applying it to your life, and make sure that you are living your life. Okay? I want you to walk away with the remembrance of who you are, divine. I want you to walk away with the remembrance of where you go after you leave this world, back to the divine. I also want you to walk away with the remembrance of the prophecy that I gave, and that we are ushering in a new world, and that as this world ends, that new one begins, and we will merge. Okay? There is a light at the end of this tunnel, a big light, and that light is you. Okay? That light is all of us. Okay? So I want you to really walk away with that and start to get more deeply into your spiritual practices and what it is that you actually want in this life. Having that duality, paying attention to both. Don't only pay attention to your spirituality, and don't only pay attention to your physical life. We need both in order to really, really make a difference. We need both in order to really do what we came here to do. And now, with that being said, I'm now going to speak life and power and fearlessness into all of you at home using the divine language. Okay. Okisaot. Okisaot Hesha. Hesha. Hesha Okisaot Hesha. Hesha Yilu. Yilu. Yilu Baki. Yilu Baki. Yilu Baki. Evumasti Baki. Evumasti Baki. Evumasti Hesha. Evumasti Hesha. Evumasti Hesha. Oki. Okisaot, Okisaot, Orkisaot, Orkisaot, Hesha, Hesha, Yilu, 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 Eshna Popo, Eshna Sha, Evumasi Yilu, Epero, Eshna Popo, Eshna Sha, Eshna Popo, Eshna Sha, Eshna Popo, Eshna Sha. And now I will end with a prayer in the divine language, which essentially means peace be unto you. Zor Kufti. And I'll see you next time.
There's no judgment in the universe. We're all just free. Spirits soaring high where we long to be. Nothing to hold us down. We are free. We see our destiny. Unshackled souls, together we rise. No borders to divide us, only love unifies. Our spirits harmonize. No judgment in the universe. We're all divine, connected by a thread, our souls intertwined, embracing our uniqueness, letting our light shine. We find our peace of mind. Our spirits harmonize. No judgment in the universe. We're all divine, connected by a thread, our souls intertwined, embracing our uniqueness, letting our light shine. We find our peace of mind. Our souls intertwine, embracing our uniqueness, letting our light shine. We find our peace of mind. Unshackled souls, together we rise. No borders to divide.